Careful, guys. It's kind of slippery here. Oh yeah, big time mud right in the center. You guys try to walk on the side if you can. Oh yeah, this one is like water. I know, we all need rubber boots, I think, or some kind of like Timberland. We need like hiking boots with like rubber.
Alright.
Somebody need a walking stick?
Oh, it's us.
Ever gone this way?
I heard something on that side.
Who?
I heard something over there.
Okay. Give me a minute.
I think it's over this log.
Take a photo here.
Where? Right there.
Right here.
Right there.
I don't know. It doesn't converge.
You know what's weird? We did come over here.
I guess it. Awesome.
It was there.
Oh, there are less mosquitoes here than there are at the beach house. On the west side.
Yeah, I mean, we had to straddle that thing.
Yep.
I had something.
No, my cousin, my friend is fishing. He forgot it and like, oh, it's bringing it.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I'd have to sign a release to be on camera anyways. To have those things.
No, I mean, I tripped and fallen on my foot.
Because you remember we went down that way, Joe? Then me, you, and Vinny went down this way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got lost.
Uh-oh. Well, I promise I won't get separated.
Yeah.
We all tripped, yeah. First time we came back.
Oops.
Ah, you found one.
Well, 13 with Ivan. Yeah. Hey guys, I want to share with you guys a little story over here. We're almost there, by the way. And then we're gonna ask for permission and stuff like that too. Came hiking here in the daytime one day with my kids and my wife and and a friend and her kids and her husband, and it was cool. We walked up there, told some of the history, let the kids run around, have fun. On our way back down, while we were walking right through here, we heard the conch shell. This one was different though. This one came from the ground. And it was so loud that your feet vibrated. And I stood here for about 5 minutes with my friend Waylon, and we were just kind of like, wow. When Charity grabbed the kids and ran, She's like, we'll wait at the car. And the thing kept going and going. and going for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, this is cool. So we came back. It didn't feel bad. It didn't feel threatening. It didn't feel upset. It felt like something had wanted to communicate with us. And I think it was tied, my feelings, my intuition really told me that it had something to do with the ending of the makahiki season, because it was right at the ending of it. Naturally, that night, I called up Phil. This is before I met Guy and Ivan. Me, Phil, my friend Eric, and Phil's girlfriend, psychic Jen, we come up over here. We'll walk up, nothing, you know, have fun up there. We come back right back down. As we come right back down, we have the noise again. I'll tell you, at midnight in the pitch black, it's a lot scarier. With 4 people, and our feet are vibrating and they're shaking, and you know, a few of us are getting a little bit uneasy and scared. Phil wanted to go back because he didn't feel that it was good. I felt that it was giving us exactly what we wanted. We come up here to talk with the spirits and hang out, and so it was giving us the opportunity. His girlfriend Jennifer, you know, validated it. She said it's fine, it's good. They're not telling us to leave. They're not telling us that it's bad. It's all right. We would ask it questions and it would respond with that. Just to make sure it wasn't something like a naturally occurring phenomenon, I asked it to stop for about 2 or 3 minutes, which it did. As soon as I said, okay, you can go ahead again, it started right up again. At one point, we walked probably about 10 yards down, maybe 20 yards down over there, and we discussed, because Phil really had a bad feeling and he wanted to go. I mean, it's kind of creepy. I don't blame him at all for wanting to go. So him and Jen hung back there, and me and Eric continued up here. You know, we're down there talking for 10 minutes, not a noise over here, until me and Eric came right back over here. Then the noise started up again. And I asked him, like, okay, if you want us to leave, can you give me a sign that it's time to leave? And at that moment, up ahead, we started hearing the sound of drums. And drums are the night marchers in Hawaii that you do not mess with. You hear drums, it's time to go. So I'm like, Eric, you hear that or what? Eric's like, yeah, this is this big guy with one of those Duck Dynasty beards, tattoos everywhere, hard rock, you know what I mean? And ghost hunter. I mean, this guy is not scared of anything, right? So I'm looking up there and I'm like, night marchers, yeah. He's like, yeah, I hear the drums too. I'm like, what do you think? Should we leave or what? Nothing. I'm like, Eric, should we leave or what? Turn around. Buddha's already running down the trail. It wasn't coming at us, but it was a way of letting us know. Also, if you notice when we were walking, you can't really see it too well here, but you can see a drop off down there, how it goes down, as well as over here. Well, no, not over here. A little bit further back, yeah. When you right back over there, there's a part where it's all rocks, which suggests that this could have been an old Hawaiian trail too that was used for the night marchers. They were paved with these rocks that were perfectly fitted, right, the Ali'i stones, and that this may be a night marcher path as well. And they would go to heiaus and temples, you know, and sacred places, and this is just one of them. So it's no really surprise that there would be a night marcher trail here. If we hear drums, we're leaving. If it's too late to leave, we get down and we don't look up. Agreed?
Agreed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're almost there, guys. Let's finish the... If you're not allowed to set that up, please let us know as well. Yeah? Thank you. On the top to be flat. Yeah. Welcome to Kaniakapupu. Oh, I like that. It's really muddy. Even up here, it's just really muddy.
It's never like this.
Where'd you guys go yesterday?
I
Oh, would have taken off my slippers and shoes and just walked barefoot. For those of you that don't know, Kamehameha was the first Hawaiian or person to conquer all of the islands in the Hawaiian island chain. This piece of land is the only known piece of land that all of Kamehameha and all of his sons have been to, and all the royalty after him. They all have this one place in common. Kamehameha stopped here on the way up to the Nuʻuanu Pali. In fact, he stopped here to pray. It was a chief's job to pray and make the gods happy, to appease the gods. It wasn't his job to fight as much. Yeah. So he prayed here while the battle was going on. Kamehameha II built his home for his little brother, Kauikeaʻuli. And then afterwards, Kamehameha IV came up here to visit, and this became the royal school. Yeah. The royal school downtown was used during most of the year, but during the summertime when it would be hot, they'd come up here. And so King Kalakaua, Queen Liliuokalani, all of the royal people came over here through the school. Yeah. If you were to imagine, back then, there were no trees here. This was not a forest. None of the trees were standing here. He would have a flagpole right over here, I believe. Sorry, this thing is a little... His flagpole was right around this area here. And then what he would do is he'd raise the Hawaiian flag when he was in, and then people all the way from the ocean could know that, and they could see the raised flag and knew he was here. He'd come up here to relax, to just talk story with his advisors, take off all the Western clothes, and just cool off a little bit, yeah. In the back, this area has a lot of lo'i or taro fields, irrigation. This is credited to be the highest elevated lo'i in the Pacific. Yeah, because this is all the way up in the back of the valley. And there's a lot of the remnants of the lo'i. There's a big terrace in the back, but we can't hike there at the nighttime. Daytime you get lost going there. So there's a big terrace wall in the back where the lo'i was as well, yeah. And a lot of neat little treasures, if you look around, you can find over here, but in the daytime, not at night. And either way, I wouldn't take anything, yeah. Okay, let's want to walk around this way.
Look where you're going. Just hold your camera there. Look at your camera.
The plaque up over there, which you guys can go check out in a bit, said there was a huge party here.
Oh.
I think they said 15,000 people.
Wow.
And their measuring units for the amount of food was like 78 barrels of poi.
Wow. Wow.
300 something bunches of bananas. You know what I mean? 30 whole cows. Something like that. Yeah. Now one day Wayne Takabayashi, he's in our group as well, Hawaiian Hauntings, he invited me to come with HPU, Hawaii Pacific University. They had archaeologists escort them up here. So he went ahead and pointed a lot of different things out, which of course I love this kind of stuff. I remembered it all. They came over here and then they pulled weeds and they cleaned up the area too, yeah. So this was a wall over here. This was a big wall frame, and it went straight across the house over there. The floor came up to here. This is where the floor started. You can tell from over there too, yeah. It was a wooden floor. It was a thatched roof. And back there was the other wall. So basically this was a 3-room house. The king's room, the queen's room, and then big common area here. And as you can see, people are trying to restore it with the wood and concrete and stuff, but it's still falling apart.
Sorry?
Unfortunately, it's a historic area, therefore nobody can touch it, not even the people who want to fix it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Ah.
A fish pond down in Kahalu, we had a big storm and it blew off the roof, just knocked over a huge section of the wall.
They have rubber things that you can put over.
Anybody want to use
Yeah.
this?
You put rubber things over that do what?
I mean,
For
like little
yes,
slip cover.
yes, because they use those. I spent a lot of
Be
time.
careful being down on the ground. I got bit here and I got a wire wrap. And I don't
But
know
they
what
put
we were
your
doing.
shoes. I can research it and send it to Joe. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes, which was a broken one.
The blue light will come on like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, when
Go further down there. You're the one who gets the space.
And Elmer was just way too. And I go walking around today.
For me, it's always interesting because this feels very friendly, very calm. A lot of times this place feels really, really friendly.
Rabbit, like the bunny.
Huh?
7-Eleven?
Which one do I read? The top or the bottom?
71. Well, when you were over there, it was 76.
Wow. Huh.
Hey Joe, you got a cold spot.
Yeah, I just had one here.
Cool.
He's hot.
Oh, your stuff turned, yeah?
Yeah.
She's hot.
I'm hot.
This is green. This is neutral.
Right here. Turn your arm to the right.
There's
Swing,
a
slow
cold
down.
spot right here. There's a very cold spot.
It went to a dark,
Yes.
like a really dark blue.
Yeah.
So that's a lighter blue right now. It got darker blue.
It's right here. It's right here.
Oh.
Right from
I'm using
there.
it.
You feel it?
724.
Wow.
72.4.
Huh. Because it was 71 over there just a second ago when I felt the cold spot.
Well, he pointed at me. It went red.
Right here,
Yeah.
green.
Then it went green, yellow, and then it got blue, and then it went brighter blue right about where you're standing.
Wow.
See?
If I touch you,
You're red.
Wow.
Touch me. There, blue. Right before Alicia, it's
Huh.
blue.
right in here. Just in here.
Wow, wow, wow.
There's something right here.
Yeah.
So you're hot, and Alicia's cool, right?
Alicia was green.
Yeah.
She was hot though after.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only right here. Boom.
Huh. Yeah.
It's right here. Because
What
if
is
I
the
go
temperature
here,
degrees in that one, guy?
Hers actually got hotter when she came here.
hers one got hotter, which is
Wow.
weird.
It changes by what? What is it, 1
This is
degree?
hot.
2 degrees?
Yeah.
What's the
One or
sensitivity
two.
of it?
This is neutral,
Like
and
pictures?
right here is
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You
That's
shouldn't
the
do
cold
this.
spot I want to see.
Yeah, you shouldn't do this. Right here. It's tall.
It's crazy.
Is it going down? You see, look, when I hold it right here, it's nothing. Back here, nothing.
It's only when you put your arm out.
And then when I go
Yeah.
right here,
Feel it?
it's right here. You feel a cold, like a shaft right here. You can actually feel it.
It's not wind. It's just a
No,
cold.
it's just cold.
Can you make the light on this thing go off? The other lights?
Let's see if I can get off.
Here's one is better.
Wow.
Let's see if I can. You want to talk? You want to see? You want to see if see, that's wind. I feel that. You want to ask a question?
The moon just came out from the clouds too.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of moon brow.
Well, at least it's not pokane. Friend. Are you saying Joe is your friend? Is a friend? You recognize him? Or you're a friend of ours? Are you a friend?
It's very cold.
It feels the air got a little colder all around.
Yeah.
Expect.
You just like in the circle
Expect.
when you step back.
Expect what?
People walking around there now. Who's that?
People we can see. Alicia.
Alicia.
Okay.
What should we expect?
She has my lantern. You can't miss her now.
Should we head out to that side over there?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the ghost, but okay, at least show
Yeah, we're waiting for someone that we can't see to answer us.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. People.
The sea is rising.
We're gonna walk. What was that?
Oh no.
He's changing modes.
What I'm talking how to heal and how to help. I'm not sure which Heiau it is, which Heiau it was, what the purpose was, who it was dedicated to.
Each night is very different out here. Is that a tree?
No,
It's a plate.
pipeline. Okay.
Started sharing a story and he lost his voice in seconds.
Yeah, we were sitting, but actually we were
Coughing,
sitting
coughing.
Yeah.
outside of the palace.
He was talking, he was like this, and he like lost his voice completely. And then we said, maybe you shouldn't tell the story. And like, not even a minute later, we changed the subject and we were talking, and he started laughing. His voice was fine.
Because he was choking.
Yeah.
Because we were all sitting on the ground in the grass in front of the ruins, and then he just couldn't.
Yeah, that was the first time she was there. Carla Fox, she's in our group too.
Oh,
Yeah, I snagged all the tour guides from the places I went to.
Right on. Good job.
There's still room if you guys want to sit down, but
Turn off the lights. I'm gonna reach behind and get your light guy. Is this place your home?
oh really?
Yeah, I can feel this right over there. And there. Oh, there's definitely right over here. And They're just waiting. Watching. Not waiting. I'm not recognize you. No, us. Yeah, we always come.
Because I was sitting down about the south, something was coming behind me.
Welcome. Something like that. That's cool. They must recognize us. Well, we're going to be leaving very shortly. If you guys have anything to let us know.
It's got this misty. See it? It's pretty misty now. It's like my grass. No, my grass is not coming up.
I'm going to turn this on. Watch.
There's lots of waterfall in the back.
You can see it in the, you can see the beam of light.
Yeah.
No, you got heavy mist and fog over there.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah. There you go.
I made for me, but we didn't see me. I need to do it, but I need to come over and it's just me. Just me. And I would be scared of that. I don't like going places by myself.
Yeah.
But that's fun.
I got some more
It's the
Kit
size
Kats.
of the cat.
No, I saw something.
But it was white.
I don't know that.
Oh yeah? At least I know what's safe.
Oh, how off the ground?
Look at the cat.
Where?
Like cat size to the left. I saw it go like here, across there, and then by the time I hit the tree, I didn't see it anymore. Like it's gone.
Cool.
But it was white, or at least light colored, and it was about the size of like a 10-pound cat. Wow. I have to base everything in cat sizes, you know, since that's all I'm common. Jill understands that one. It could be a dog size.
There's a light moving.
Over there, the green light?
Yeah.
That's Joe.
Okay.
No, those
Or that's Guy. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Or
The way I know it looks like it's floating though.
I was wondering.
I know. Oh no! That's the first bluish orb I ever saw. Kind of bluish. Oh, I got bubbles. I can pull bubbles again and show people on Facebook.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I know it was bubble.
They're always funny, huh?
I guess it was because I'm gonna have a collar. I know when it's bubble up.
Over the grass.
Yeah, right here is dry.
Yeah, right here. Look, there's light right there.
No, right here, right here.
Yeah, you can go through the other side.
Yeah, there's a little red. Alicia, yeah. Once again, if you like smoke cigarettes, go to the back.
we're in the front there.
Like an Indian cheese? Where? Over here?
On his back.
A little bit of barefoot.
Yeah.
Safer to be in shoes sometimes.
Years.
Yeah, but it's usually your wife or your daughter that would fall, so.
I was expecting yesterday to fall.
Plains of the Native Americans.
And I almost did.
I'm gonna make you guys did it though.
Yeah.
There's like you know, their cultures for many of the tribes. They even in the mainland, they speak of their brothers and sisters over the sea.
Yep, that's how.
So we've had a few chiefs, Native American, come over here, bless some of our sacred places. We've done the same over there as well.
Yeah.
Not only some of their spirits are still here, no.
The energy is very much the same here as it is in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And we have the Lummi tribe, we have the Tlingit tribe.
Then we get LA for the next. Hate being on a time constraint, we don't want to be up for sunrise, do we?
Yeah.
Okay. So to this place, to Kaniakapupu, to the spirits. Shh. To the spirits over here, to the ali'i, to the caretakers, the kahuna, to the people who watch over the area and allowed us to come in here tonight, I thank you. And if we had done anything wrong tonight or stepped over any boundaries, please let me know next time and we will not. And my apologies for that as well, yeah. Once again, please watch over us. Please keep things from following us home. Please keep this place great and, you know, thank you very much for letting us come here.
Mahalo.
Okay. Now you gonna leave?
No. Hold the back.
You hold up the back. Guys, watch out. Downhill.
Yeah. And it's always driving it out of the ceiling.
No, I like digging into stuff like that.
You gotta go get yourself on the time.
Me.
Metal detector.
You know how much things I won't find? Okay, nails, old nails.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's one thing about that.
I'm looking for a color coin.
I know, the gold one.
Yeah.
But
She
if you
found,
see inside one package in mint condition, yeah, it's like,
I found an 1800 China plate. It came from a restaurant.
Mark, take your time, Mark.
yeah.
China.
The wood is
Took it out and I dropped it. I sold it.
What are the guys?
I dropped it. It didn't make sense.
String it up between 2 points. Oh,
No, nothing to us.
how long are you here for?
My state.
I'm gonna be here until
Very clearly cut.
There doesn't seem to be any sort of pathway or anything.
Right.
It doesn't seem to be cut for any reason.
Yeah, very arbitrary.
She wasn't happy that she would have just come back to my house, you know. But I've never heard of a place nobody thought large Oh my goodness.
what happened with Doug is that they starting to call all souls.
why is very
Very cheap.
Very cheap.
Yeah, so where I come from, twice more expensive than here. Like more cold.
Oh guys, over here too? Over here too? This is a little area. This is the coming over here. Hawaii has a lot of parallels. Stories. Sorry we didn't have any more, we didn't have much more activity than that. It's a really nice place though.
It's just really neat being, I think it's just so neat being someplace where so many others were and so much effort was put towards, you know, arranging it and creating that place. And even laying all the stone and erecting the walls and just the village, the people, doing that.
Yeah.
Went to Tikal and it's just amazing to sit there and see what, you know, humans had erected.
Yeah.
You've got all kinds of stuff happening. Things jump on the roof, things scratch on the roof, things pitching the band, growling in the bush. One night we had something running alongside of us over here. That was growling as well. running on like 2 feet. Here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Aloha Spirits, can we come up tonight? It's been a long time since I've been. Over here, right up around the turn, we had a phantom car. We're all walking up like this. You go right around that turn, you see a car coming down. Everybody gets off the road, goes over to the side. We continue walking. The gate was locked. Robert was back over there watching the van. When we got back, I asked Robert, you know, where'd the car go? Because the poor guy was stuck here, right? Robert's like, I don't know what you're talking about. There was no car that came down. It's a phantom car. $15 on Amazon. How you doing, bro? Quiet tonight.
Let's try to get a zoom in on the cats.
Oh, here, you know,
They have this in the mainland, man. This flashlight. Have you used your GoPro?
I didn't know, it hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, it hasn't arrived yet. Okay.
Yeah, but
Pull over and you gotta put the pork pellet in there. Every bit of it gotta come out. You gotta get the napkin off the plate.
Is that why there's so many cats here?
Probably, yeah.
They're all eating pork off the side of the road.
Pork chop.
I took Spam over here one day.
Really?
Spam was to be on my way to work at the grocery stores. Not even thinking, talking to my boss on the phone. At the bottom of the pulley, my radiator blows a perfect square. Brand new radiator. It blew. Perfect square, just lifted up.
Like the shape of a Spam can?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I went all my research that Spam is 85% pork sugar.
Yeah, yep, it is.
So, hey, there you go.
I'm surprised that they know how much of anything there is in Spam.
Well, they say pork, they don't say what part of the animal.
It's a pork shoulder.
Yeah, they say.
Oh, it does?
That's why I was like, well, this place over here, guys, the reason why we're here is over here. Kamehameha said his small elite force warrior up the side over here is meant to be cats, meant to be drone. So sometimes people are sneaking off in the bushes. Sometimes you hear the sound of a conch shell back there. The bus used to be over here in the early 1900s or the 1900s. They had a bus station over here where all the drivers would come at like 4 o'clock in the morning and wait their route, you know, to be assigned a route. As they came up here to wait, they would hear the sound of battles being fought in the forest all around them. Wow. There's nobody else there. They did it one way. This used to be a road. Yeah. I hope you remember me. It's been a long time since I've been here. My name is Joe. I used to bring a bunch of people up here like I am tonight. We come here to share stories. We come here to hang out. We come here to
bring companionship, friendship. We come here in hopes that you may teach us something, that you may enrich in our lives with some of your knowledge. So, mahalo. Diana, the stuff you told me about the cross is up here, right?
Yes. Are we in the upper parking lot?
Yeah.
It's right up there.
Yeah.
That's where it was. Right up there.
Okay, we could spend the whole night just talking about the things that had happened while building the H3. But when it was completed, there was a gentleman that lived over in Kaneohe. And the gentleman that lived over in Kaneohe, he worked downtown late at night. So he came home at about 1 o'clock in the morning or so. And at about 1 o'clock in the morning, he comes out of the tunnel, driving down, blue lights are behind him, you know. So he pulls over, and an officer, you know, comes out of the car. And the guy's a little confused because he had no idea what he was doing wrong. And so the cop stops, you know, he rolls down the window. And the officer's like, "Sir, do you know why I pulled you over?" And the guy's like, "Officer, I have no idea why you pulled me over." The cop said, "Sir, you know, you're doing everything right, except for one thing. You gotta buckle your kids in the back seat. You can't have them jumping all over the back seat. You know, I'm gonna have to write you a ticket, sir. I'm sorry. You know, it's not safe for them coming down the freeway with your kids jumping in the back seat." The driver looks around, he looks at the officer, he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any kids, officer." So the cop takes his light, shines it in the back seat, there's nothing. No car seats, nothing but his briefcase. Wow. Officer, he turns kind of white, like you see something too. And he's like, "Okay, I'm sorry." Gives him his stuff back and kind of like goes to the car and takes out really, really fast, right? Drives away, and the guy's like, "That's kind of weird." He drives all the way home, goes into his garage, turns his car off, goes back to reach for his suitcase. That's when he sees all the little handprints and footprints all over the windows.
Wow.
In the back.
Aw. Wow.
Now, Kayla, what happened to you guys?
I thought
the
I
other
was
night?
crazy. Personally.
Alicia.
Okay, so we're driving through the H3 tunnel. It's close to midnight, maybe a little bit after. And it was after midnight. 12:15 maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, everything seemed normal. Everything's calm. And then you start to hear chanting. And it was
so down.
It was women's chanting. We're driving through the tunnel. I don't know what part of the tunnel we were at because I was laying down in the back trying to sleep. So I thought I was crazy because it was muffled in the back at first. And then I woke up when I realized it wasn't just the car driving, the tires making noise.
Yeah. Kayla, did you hear that? Did you hear that? She goes, "Yeah, I heard that. I thought I was nuts."
I honestly thought I was crazy. I thought first it was muffled sounding, but
we
you
were
could
driving
clearly,
slow because we heard of that before.
it got very clear, the chanting though.
Michael heard him too.
Yeah,
All three of us heard it.
See, we heard this before, so we did that on purpose. Wow.
See, I was in the
Slowed
back
down.
trying to sleep. I don't know what was going on.
Rolled down the windows, and it wasn't the car tires bouncing off of the walls. Because above, you could hear the car tires, but then you could hear the high pitch.
the sound of the car moving, like going through the tunnel.
Women.
Yeah.
But it sounded all female.
I was thinking about it, and I feel that Michael might have been falling asleep.
He probably was. He was really tired.
He was up for what, almost 48 hours?
But I heard it too.
After that?
No, but the chanting might have been a way to wake him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
chanting
okay.
was
Like
a way
them
for
looking
you
out
guys
for
to
him.
talk and discuss about it after.
Yeah,
And you know, they
because
kept
we
them
heard
up
of
for
this
so long.
before, and we always wanted to try it.
Because we all woke. I woke up after
So
that.
we said, okay, so Michael said, "Okay, we'll go slow the car down."
Yeah.
I've never heard chanting, but I have heard drums. I have heard conch shell over the sound of my motorcycle.
Oh wow. Oh, that's really crazy. Then.
At like 4 in the morning. I had to work at the airport. My Japanese Harley.
See, I didn't know if it had something to do with it being midnight, if that was something special, but thinking about that, that's true. Michael was really tired. He hadn't slept in almost 2 days, day and a half. And he was the one driving.
Yeah. But we heard of this before, so we did it on purpose to see if it really was true.
Fill in the person in the back seat next time. I was just trying to take a nap.
So
I was
we're like,
tired.
slow down and roll down the windows.
I've never heard of chanting in there. I heard of when they completed the tunnel. They finally completed the tunnel. I mean, they didn't even finish doing everything off. They just dug out on the other side. A big cloud came in and
they
blew
saw
into
Hawaiian
it.
Manoa.
No. Inside the cloud, they heard the sound of drums and chanting coming out of the cloud. All the electronics died. Everybody ran a mile out of the tunnel.
I would have ran too.
Yeah, like all the bulldozers, all the equipment, everything just died.
We really heard it.
How's that though? It's cool, huh? We get people in the group that actually worked on it. And we have a few people in the group that actually shared their stories about what happened to them. You know what I mean? Personal stories. That's kind of cool. Can I share my story first? Yeah. A lot of people have died a lot of people's body, not a lot, but it's not uncommon to find somebody's body on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
You know, people fall, they have accidents, they slip, you know.
Yeah.
So over here, it could just be accident, or it could be something else as well. There is what's called the calling spirit over here. The calling spirit is a lot more than just a calling spirit. It's something completely different. In Hawaii, we have what's called mo'o. The mo'o is lizard, but mo'o is also a lizard spirit that'll appear as a man or a woman or a child. Not really a man as much. And some of them are good, some of them are bad, just like us. They have the capacity for both. Most of them just chill, and they really don't have, you know what I mean? They just chill. But some of them get really mad. Well, there's a story Glenn Grant would tell before, and I'll tell the story on the tour. I really love sharing this story. This guy Steven from the East Coast comes down here. He's in Hawaii for about a year when he tells Glenn Grant this story. He had an experience. Daytime, he tells him, Steven is walking down the trail about 10 o'clock in the morning, just because he likes to hike, and it's beautiful here, you know. And as he goes around the ridge, well, if you don't know, this will take you all the way to the bottom of the mountain. In about, what, an hour, Ivan? Me, Ivan, and Guy did it
In about
one night.
4 hours, it takes you to Waimanalo.
Yeah.
If you do the ridge.
Just to go up to the freeway overpass took us about an hour.
Yeah. That was fun. Well, so he's walking down around the ridge, and you know, as he's walking down around the ridge, he sees this beautiful girl walking up. Beautiful Hawaiian girl, just gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, walking up and around over there, about his age, very young, very just, her body was perfect and everything. So he tells her hi, you know, kind of shyly, nods a little bit. She does the same. And as they walk by each other, you know, she walks up, she turns around and she calls his name. Steven, is that you? Steven's thinking to himself, who is this girl? You know, if you see a girl this gorgeous, you're definitely going to remember her. He kind of plays it off, and they start talking a little bit, and the girl, you know, she's like, oh, Steven, is this the first time you've been down here? And he's like, why, yes it is. You know, I've never been here before. And she's like, well, then come. Let me take you to my favorite place. I'm going to show you this little secret place. We're going to go hike off of the road, off of the path, up into the mountains, and we can go swimming together. And Steven's like, well, I didn't really bring any swimming clothes. She's like, well, that's okay. You know, and she starts flirting with Steven, and she's like, well, me neither, but don't worry, nobody can see you. So Steven's a little bit like, oh, okay, let's go, you know. So he tells her, sure, and then she starts walking backwards. She must really know this road very well. She's looking at him, you know, just talking to him as she's walking backwards. Their eyes are attached to each other, you know. He doesn't think there's anything wrong with this. Okay, she's a local, good, she knows her way. He finds that he cannot really watch where he's putting his feet. He can't take his eyes off of her, you know. And he doesn't mind either. He doesn't want to. She's gorgeous. Well, a few minutes later, they're walking down. She pauses and looks down, you know. And as she looks back up, her face is now an old woman. This old woman's face looks back that's vaguely familiar to Steven and says, run! Then he blinks, and the girl's face is back. Looking right in his again, walking down, backwards, telling him everything he wants to hear. Steven's a little bit like, oh, what's going on? You know, he's like, something is not right over here. And he's walking and he's walking. He's trying to stop walking now because something is definitely not right. He finds that he cannot stop walking. He's in some kind of a trance. This girl has him in some kind of a trance where he cannot stop putting one foot in front of the other, in front of the other, in front of the other. He's getting more terrified with every step he's taking. A few minutes later, she looks down again, looks back up, the same old lady's face says, Steven, she's gonna kill you, run! At that point, Steven looks down at his feet, and he notices about 3 to 4 feet in front of him is a cliff.
Wow.
Just drops straight down. He watches in horror as this girl walks over the cliff. Instead of falling, her feet vanish. She starts floating, like on a cloud. That's enough for him. He turns around, he runs back up here the whole way. And the whole way he's running up, he can hear her laughter in his ear saying, I'll get you next time, Steven.
Wow.
Come to find out that old lady was his aunt that had passed away years before that. That's a calling spirit. That's a mo'o. That one is a little bit upset. That place that she described really does exist. Mo'o dwell in waterfalls, in fresh water, in salt water, in lakes, and rivers. This one is disgruntled because I heard in the 1800s they took the water from this side and they changed it over to flow into Nuʻuanu, which is why Nuʻuanu is green, perhaps. Nuʻuanu used to not be green at all, hardly any trees anywhere, you know. And she's upset that her waterfall is now small. Now here's a little bit of a little ending to the story I thought was kind of cool. If you're a girl, I mean, if you're a man, you're going to get a beautiful girl luring you, you know what I mean? Because of course you're going to follow this beautiful girl, right? If you're a girl, you don't get a handsome guy, sorry.
Really?
No, you don't get this handsome, how you come, you know, no. You get this little kid crying for help instead. Because that's more effective.
Yep.
One night telling stories down over here, just like this, behind me, you hear a girl calling out, "Hey, hey you, come help me. Hey, hey you, come help me." Oh, 26 people all looking at me like, what are you gonna do? And I looked at them, I'm like, what do you guys go see? Nobody moved. They wanted me to go see. I called back. I told them, okay, well, we're gonna call back, and if she answers, then we'll go and see. Who are you? What's your name? No response. Who are you? What's your name? No response. Then she calls again. Hey, hey you, come help me, like a broken record. That happened another time near the parking lot area up there. We heard the same voice, the same word, like a broken record, and we just kind of got out of the van to go here. Nobody wanted to go out. We all got back in the van and we left. The third time though was the middle of the day. That little waterfall that she spoke of in the valley goes down into what's called Likeke Falls. So on the day tour, we have a sacred tour, we go to Likeke Falls. We're standing there, I got 9 people, right, just start walking back, when all of a sudden you hear that same girl in the morning time, daylight, saying the same words and calling for help. Now this is not a ghost tour, you know what I mean?
Right.
I watched all 9 people look at each other and run. And I was like, when we got back to the van, I'm like, why did you guys run? Well, first I told him, why are you guys running? I got the keys. You know, don't run away from the driver, you know. But then I'm like, why were you guys running? That's a little kid crying for help. All of them said they felt that it was threatening.
Oh,
they
really?
had to get out of there. Something told them to run and get out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they had an ominous feeling then, yeah?
Yep.
Wow.
In the daytime, you know,
In the daytime.
that was weird.
Yeah.
Now, Guy has a really awesome story to share, if you will.
Oh.
I've been hearing noises the whole time I was talking.
Leilani and I heard tung tung,
Yeah.
and then Hawaiian stopped with right, yeah?
Yeah,
Leilani,
I heard
right,
it.
yeah.
Did I hear
Right
it's
over
like
the-
a
right over
chant
the-
or
I heard the
a
birds
musical?
chirping.
Boom, like
Yeah,
a
the
pop
birds
and
got
drop.
loud.
Boom,
No,
boom.
it was a man.
Hawaiian. You did?
Well,
See? We did hear some Hawaiians like talking.
very,
males.
very oftentimes people come here to tell stories, and they come and listen.
Oh, sure they do.
They like stories about themselves.
You betcha.
They love stories.
This one they're going to be
Yes.
listening because it this was like happened to this 15-year-old Filipino boy. I was working at a candy factory that was based out of San Francisco. It's a duty free Nimitz Highway. I used to tell ghost stories. I used to tell ghost stories to some of the ladies at break time. So this one of the packers came up to me during break one time. Her name is Ida. She goes, "Guy, do you know any kahunas?" And I said, "Uh-oh, what happened?" She said, "It's my my sister's son, my nephew. Something's wrong with him." So I asked her, you know, you have to let me know what happened, so you know we can determine. She said, "Well, we took him to the Filipino faith healer, and she took one look at him. She said, it's not Filipino, it's Hawaiian." So that's what she asked me. So I said, okay, go ask Mary Wong, our co-worker. She's half Chinese, half Hawaiian. Go ask her. She knew someone who knew someone that connected them. And this is a story. After a couple of months later, I asked her what happened, and she said, "I'm not supposed to say anything, but since you connected me with Mary Wong, I'll let you know up to the point where she couldn't tell me what was in the ho'opupu and in the chat." Her sister's son, they're 3 sophomores at Waipahu High School, 15 years old. All 3 friends came down here, they went further down, and they picked the moss-covered rocks.
Oh.
And they flew. They were throwing it over Bali.
Oh.
Not long after, the 2 friends got sick for about a month and a half. They were ill, bedridden.
Yeah.
And then, you know, eventually they got better. but her nephew wasn't so lucky. I guess he was probably spiritually the weaker one.
Oh.
He started. You folks ever seen The Exorcist?
Yeah.
What happened was he started to personality change in
Yeah.
school. He was getting angry, F this, F you, and they had to pull him out of high school. He was really bad.
He got really disruptive.
Very disruptive, personality change, very angry, swearing up a storm.
Wow.
Every
And that wasn't their boy.
That wasn't their boy anymore.
Yeah.
So when he was at home, he locked himself in his room. He became a recluse, and his features started to change. His skin got sickly color, like a light green, and he started to get all scales. I mean, actual scales on his whole body.
Wow.
And his face turned, his features
Pointed?
elongated
Yeah.
like this, and his mouth got small, so it came out about to here, and his nails turned black, and they turned to claws on his feet and his hand. Ida would tell me, "God, I know I have to support my sister, but every time I drive up to the house, I dread it because I have a hard time looking at the boy. It's evil."
Yeah.
So what happened was they got the kahuna, when they got together with the kahuna looked one look at the boy and he said, "Oh, he did something to desecrate something Hawaiian."
Yeah, yeah.
Very important to the Hawaiians. So he proposed a chant, and he told certain members of the family to take the boy up here, where the desecration occurred. You have to put a ho'okupu and the list of what to bring.
Right.
It was not mentioned to me because they were told not to mention it, or else the thing could come back and open it up again on the boy.
Wow.
And the chant, the lucky thing they don't know Hawaiian,
Yeah.
They had to chant. They had all these papers and they chanted at the same time.
Oh, wow.
And they did it on a certain day at a certain time with certain family members. She was one of them, of course, and the boy was here. And then over a period of a couple of months, he started to come back to normal.
But it's slowly.
Slowly.
Yeah.
When he returned to normal, he didn't remember anything.
Oh, yeah.
Just like The Exorcist.
Wow.
So I was asking Joel, what is scaly like a fish, the mouth like a fish, and claws?
Yeah.
I was saying a fish bird? I've never heard of that in Hawaii. And we were walking. He told me, "Tell you a story again." As we were walking down here, he goes, "I know what that is. There's 3 mo'o that are supposed to live a little further down, where the ridge, on the other side of the ridge, where it comes like this, and there's water that drains underneath. That's where the kids took the rocks from."
So he changed into
a lizard.
Wow.
A mo'o.
Wow. Wow. Even his features, huh?
His features.
I told the story about what I told you guys earlier. Down by the waterfall one night, and I got a very bad response from them because
really?
I said the mo'o that lives here, but there were many mo'o that lived there, and they're like, "What? That wasn't me." Yeah, I made them a little upset. I have to apologize.
Yeah.
So I think there's more than 3. There's many more.
Well, what about the one pool where the kid from Washington State disappeared and was taken as a sacrifice, and he was in the pool for 3 days, but was blasted out?
That's another mo'o.
But it wasn't cleansed, and it had started all over again.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
It was dirty.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. That is actually documented. That kid came from Washington State.
Yep. He was a merchant marine. Marine, exactly.
Yep.
And he was the only one from Washington. The other ones were from San Fran.
Yep.
I mean San Diego.
Yeah.
I like this story.
When was that?
1950s.
Was it 50s?
Where was it?
1950s. One day,
Yeah.
boy jumps off the rock.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the story part of telling in its entirety is about the. And as they're walking down, they hear a voice talking to the mountain. "Where are you going?" And then the big dog calls back. "Wherever they're taking me." Up the dog.
I'm following you. Don't make me going off by myself.
Yeah. How far does this go down?
ready.
Ah, there it is.
I always get scored.
Stuck out his head. The guy stopped right next to him, and they both just stared at this huge, humongous pig as it slowly just sauntered across the street. Turns, looks at them, and disappears.
And there's also another different.
I didn't notice the other night either. The little spider at the bottom? Yep. Oh, wow.
2 nights we were standing over here and we were bombarded by caterpillars.
Oh, it's a flower.
Okay. Millions of caterpillars.
Look, there's a spider in the middle.
Thousands.
There's a spider right there.
Thousands of caterpillars came down and bombarded us, crawling all over our clothes,
Really?
all over our everything. You know, just our hair, everything.
Wow.
And
They have some really cool
one time I was like a
pictures
poly,
on Halloween
we
night.
look like that in California.
Yeah.
This area right here, it was
About
like hundreds of
ghosts
words in
and
the pictures.
spirits and stuff.
Okay.
It was really cool.
And it said that manifestation of poo is a caterpillar.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah? A caterpillar?
Yeah, I read that, and I was reading about, okay, let's see how accurate we are. It says all the ghosts and all the gods and all the spirits all over the world. Sorry, LA is pretty accurate. I mean, cool, and a lot of time to leave, and as soon as I'm done with the question, a tree falls. I love how the timing is different.
Yeah.
Go.
This big spider, look right there.
Yep,
Right above your head, Mark. Big spider. He just what?
You just flew up.
He just like disappeared though.
bug.
It looked like a spider because the way it was crawling back up.
Yeah, it was a spider.
But then it just flew off.
On a web or
It's not on my head, is it?
no,
Yeah,
it's not.
you were tall enough where you would have walked right into him. Yep.
Huh?
That was really weird because I don't see the web anywhere.
Yeah, it was like walking on air anyway.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I saw him crawling up, and then when he darted to the left, it looked like he flew off. That's what was weird. It's a flying spider. Is that just from your leg? 'Cause it looks misty ahead.
It's still like that everywhere.